Tell me, though, what's his technique? That last strike, it seems invincible.
Hello and welcome to Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist podcast. My name is Connor.
And I'm Rebecca.
And we're back. Yay, because I had a bunch of stuff to do and visiting, etc. But that's all done now, and I'm back, and what we're covering today is like a 6-part story, so, maybe I'll smash this out once a week or fortnight, see how we go, because...
Yeah, we probably could. I've got a pretty light schedule, and these are... This is a lot of fun. I've not read these before, so...
Yeah, and they're not very long either.
No.
So... but before we get to that, big thanks to our patrons, Ray and Derek. And I'm pretty sure I'm not missing anyone else. Well, I'm missing someone, but they don't want to be mentioned. So thanks very much for helping us keep the lights on, and sorry for the lack of content lately, but we're back now, so...
The vengeance.
Yeah. And... yeah, on a slightly related note, people might have seen me tweeting about the Tekken show.
Yes, tell me about it, because I haven't... I don't know anything about Tekken, and I don't know anything about the show.
Well...
I just know I watched the one that came out at the same time, but, It
adapts the third game, which was, their biggest game so far, besides maybe the latest one, but, the latest one's also the biggest because they have the advantage of DLC and constant online tournaments, whereas back then, you got the disc, you had arcades, and that was it.
Right.
So, it's up to the story for that. Look, it's not amazing. It's not great.
So Tekken's a fighting game?
Yeah, so it's fun. I'm mentioning it because if you're around my age and you're an Iron Fist fan, odds are you've played it.
You enjoy Tekken, yeah.
Tekken's gotten a lot of people into martial arts and stuff because it's always had the more grounded than Street Fighter. So anyway, I'm saying this because you go watch it if you're Tekken fan because it's fun, and I just really want to get the next season so they can make it better and stuff. So just play it on mute in the background or something. I don't know. But yeah, it was so refreshing because it doesn't change that much.
How many episodes is it?
It's only 6, and it's 20 minutes.
And is that it? They're not going to do. There's not two series, or as far as we know.
Yeah, I don't think it'll get another season. I'd like it to.
Okay.
But, I thought the first episode and the last episode were a bit rough, which is unfortunate that it's not the middle episode.
I mean, it happens a lot because sometimes these things are quite hard to kick off and finish. So yeah.
But anyway, so that was the thing. I just thought that there noting because I felt like the past couple of Tekken games have drifted away from the martial arts side of the story. And this one is I'm watching a martial arts show again, and now, needless to say with Iron Fist about how it hasn't been feeling like a martial arts comic since Ed Brisson's run.
Yeah.
So, but this is definitely a martial arts comic we're about to cover.
This is so martial arts.
Yeah.
I'm I can't believe that in my complete Iron Fist reads and stuff like that, I thought I'd read them, but I've not read these.
Yeah, for whatever reason, this escapes a lot of us. We know it's there. We just...
Yeah.
But it's, it's worth reading. It's
really good.
It's Iron Fist content by Chris Claremont.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this cover is amazing. And it's the cover they use for the trade.
Yeah, that unsurprisingly, because it is great.
Yeah, so we have...
snarly teeth.
Yeah, Iron Fist punching through a wall, and he's got a sort of tiger claw style hand in the background, and looks really cool.
Costume looks great. It's a nice pop of colour.
Yeah.
The Iron Fist looks like it's on fire, as opposed to kind of that bright yellow that we're so used to.
And, again, we've talked about, these covers before, and just how they go for the more, painted, realistic style, which looks really cool. And at last, Iron Fist, the living weapon, exploding in his own action series. So we've had one standalone Iron Fist story so far with the Steel Serpent, unrelated to Davos, and he died. um, and before that, he was just in like crossovers with Sons of the Tiger, and I don't think he's met up with Shang-Chi yet. I know he's had a direct crossover with Sons of the Tiger.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And that Blackfire guy, that PI, who I like because he just fired a gun. But yeah, so this is like, I guess he gets a 6-part story, and I think it'll go through the next 6 issues. So I'm going to do the first part. And I don't have the whole Deadly Hands Kung Fu issue because these things were huge. I just have the trade, but I did grab a copy online, and they have like a big essay on the history of karate. So I didn't read all of it, or karate, if I'm being technically correct, but I'm not going to say it like that.
I'm going to call it karate.
Yeah, because I feel so pretentious. And so I didn't read it all because it's very lengthy, very in depth. But I did go over like the main points that I know, and the main points that people get wrong, and stuff. And it's like correct, like from what I see, like it's all accurate. The information here,
right.
And like I'm gonna do an essay at some point on the history of like. I have to do an essay on like the history of certain styles, and karate will like be a big one. And so like I'm definitely going to cross-reference this with other stuff,
right? Nice.
Because it's actually seems to be a valuable source of information. And funnily enough, it's followed by a Count Dante ad, which is not like.
I did notice that. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, Dim Muck, the Death Touch. Kids, the Death Touch does not exist. There is no Death Touch. I am sorry to say.
Damn it.
No, you can't do a crazy Kung Fu or Kill Bill thing and kill someone, stop their heart. You just need a gun for that, I think. But yeah, so that was interesting. Back in this sort of wild days of martial arts where there's like so much information floating around and so much of it is BS. And then, but so much of it isn't. So much of it's like legit. And it's interesting to like read through this stuff. Again, I didn't read the whole thing because like maybe he got a bunch of stuff wrong because it's very long, and I just kind of wanted to focus on the Iron Fist issue. But yeah, it's cool. Before the internet was a thing, and they mentioned Kyokushin, and that you could always tell because like a lot of people are like. Talk about karate like they know about it and stuff, but if they don't mention that style, then they're not in the know, about all the major different styles. But there's some mentions like Goju, Kyokushin, Shotokan, etc. Like so, the guy was talking about it. So yeah, it was a neat read, skim, whatever. So I mean, I don't know if that stuff is like reprinted in the omnibuses. I doubt it. I feel like you'd have to get the actual issue.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like half Iron Fist, Shang-Chi, and Sons of the Tiger. Then it's like half Black Belt magazine. So yeah, cool stuff. Anyway, onto the issue itself. So, beginning a 6-part epic of martial arts magic. Shall I love the Bird of Fire? Bird of Fire named Jade. Which is, I guess it's 6 parts. I'm not going to make too many assumptions. She's probably.
No, I just love that every time Bird of Fire is mentioned and it's Marvel, you can't help but think Phoenix.
Right. I was thinking Phoenix, but I was not thinking X-Men. I was just thinking like, why isn't she called Phoenix?
No, I wasn't thinking X-Men specifically, but
No, you're right.
Yeah.
So we have like a pose. She's on the ground in a very. Chinese dress, and he's like standing before her, and you got the bad guy in the mirror, very Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Esque. This doesn't happen in the comic yet, anyway. So this story's a bit weird. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it's like some parts are just odd.
Yeah, there's some strangeness to it.
So I
did enjoy it though.
Yeah, we get I mean, I like how it starts off with Danny talking about it's his birthday.
Yes. I like, so my biggest takeaway from this is like, we see this origin so many times.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so many times. And you're like, oh, I can't, and even having read it so many times, this one found a way to still hit hard because it's his birthday and he's reflecting, he has no friends, and, you know, they didn't celebrate them in Kunlun, which makes sense because they're immortal, you know,
and
so like, it's just kind of nice because it's him like really thinking back, and so he's moping at the beginning a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it gives us a recap, especially like with his father and mother, but it's not like that's not it. We get like extra bits with like his 11th birthday, and Harold comes over and brings him a present and stuff. So that's like stuff we haven't seen before, which I thought was neat because we never really see much of his home life before.
And I always like it when we get his middle name. It doesn't happen often where you get the Daniel Thomas Rand, but I always like it when it happens.
Yeah. Then we get the standard betrayal, mother throwing herself to the wolves and stuff, and as he's hearing his mother's screams, he hears a woman's screams. I should point out this is written by Chris Claremont.
Yes.
I'll get my book out because I know
the artist Rudy Nebres.
Yeah.
Nebres.
Sort of make sure that's for the Iron Fist.
It is. It's on the Iron Fist run.
Ah, excellent.
It's on that first page. It says story Chris Claremont, art Rudy Nebres.
Oh, I forgot. It says release dates and cover dates, so I'm going by release dates here. Mm-hmm. And this is like in between Iron Fist 3 and 4 in the first run.
Okay.
And he's fighting that robot, I think. So obviously Chris Claremont writing two completely different genres for the same character, which is neat at the same time. And, you know, we don't really have many Iron Fist birthdays. In fact, the only other one I remember is when he turns 33.
Yeah, I mean, the biggie.
But, like, he turns 20 here, so he is not 19 anymore, so he has aged at this point. But he hears... Yeah, there's a lot of cool narration, the whole second person, you are, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. This is a weird scene, right? He sees this Jade girl, and she's, like, being attacked by everyone.
Yeah, by this massive group of people.
And there's, like, a cop there, and I don't understand what's going on.
There's women there as well, and...
I don't know why they're attacking her. Like, it seems like the goons he's beating up, it seems like they're assaulting her. So, but then he gets attacked by a cop, and it's like, wait, was everyone just watching? Like, what's happening here? Is there some sort of... I thought there was going to be some sort of, like, mass mind control thing happening.
There's something weird going on.
But I don't think there is. I mean, this is part 1 of 6, so maybe this will get explained. But I do like how he compares them to wolves. I thought that was neat.
Yeah,
a nice little transition.
He deliberately gets it back to his mom. And...
Yeah. So it's a cool fight where he fights everyone. Not the people holding handbags and stuff, but like the thugs. And yeah, but then the cop bonks him on the back of the head, but he recovers. He breaks the nightstick with his fist, not his iron fist.
No, he doesn't need his iron fist for this.
And the cop is like, the creep's down, we can take him easy, first him, then the girl. So there has to be something going on.
I mean, really,
and we get a cool page where it's a montage of him fighting, and at the very top it's him doing techniques in his Iron Fist costume, like he's training or something.
Yeah.
So, I know it's like a lot of thought and effort went into these sequences.
So much effort, his jacket flies open to reveal his Iron Fist mark.
Yeah.
Look, I noticed that I noted every time it happens with Luke, so I feel it doesn't happen often with Danny, because he often starts fairly undressed in terms of he often has his shirt showing off, but this is quite funny. Like, you can actually see it all in the panel. Like, he has his jacket open, followed to his jacket closed at the start, followed to jacket open. It makes complete sense. If you're fighting, you would want, as much to move as much as possible.
Yeah, and like the brand is the most iconic thing about him.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah, for sure. And it's the way people would recognize him. Like, no, it's definitely him and not anyone pretending and blah, 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 blah.
I think it really works. Like, just that
it does.
look. And it's cool that he just doesn't have, like, the costume underneath there, which they always do. Like,
yeah.
This collar doesn't just pop out as he...
Yeah, I mean, it's the benefit of being a martial artist as well. Like, and, even with the Iron Fist as the power, is that, like, he can do it all without... Like, he's... So, what you said, he doesn't have to have the costume underneath, but he's also not like Iron Man. He doesn't have to have anything added from the costume. Like, Danny is powerful however he's dressed.
Yeah.
And here he's, like, in just jeans and a jacket. Don't know why there's no t-shirt or shirt underneath, but that's a separate matter. That's for Danny and no one else. He can dress how he wants. And there's actually literally no criticism. And my point is basically that he can do it in anything. Whatever he's wearing, he will be as powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the advantage. What did they say in the meme Vengers? Captain America's giving Iron Man crap because he's nothing without his suit.
Yeah.
Even though it's not true, I know Rebecca's a massive Iron Man fan.
Yeah, I'm not even rising to that because I know.
I actually wasn't.
I know.
Baiting.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Is like there are people who'd say it and mean it, but I know. I know you well enough to know you weren't.
He's a genius.
But yeah, it's the same. I mean, but there is a difference. Like Tony cannot do as much without the tech.
No, definitely.
Or not in a fight. He can't. There's a very funny thing going on Twitch at the moment where everyone's laughing about how often Tony references being taught by Steve how to fight.
Right.
So there's been a lot of panels coming up from over the years of being like, not for someone who's been taught hand-to-hand combat by Captain America.
Yeah.
Like, he's still not as powerful as Steve, but he, but Danny really is one of the ones that can just absolutely doesn't need the costume.
I mean, they do that. They do that with Superman and Batman as well.
Yeah, for sure. And it's the same. Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, the whole idea is weird to me. Like, I get it. It makes sense. But I don't think it needs to happen. It's just like, for me, if you're just looking at Superman, it's convoluted if it's like, here's Superman. Oh, he'd been taught martial arts by Batman.
Yeah.
I was just like, anyway, that's going to be
I can imagine those training sessions. That would be a comic worth watching.
So, this whole thing's weird. So he sees this girl, right? And he wakes up.
She's so beautiful.
Yeah, he falls in love with her. Well, look. I mean, it doesn't go that far.
I mean, he's not seen many women.
But it's like, well, what was wrong with Colleen is the question here. Because he's acting like this is the first...
Is that, like, Colleen was always...
just a friend.
I think we've often talked about that, as how easily she was pushed into the sibling role. Yeah. Not as a diss to her, but it's so nice to have, like, that being the standard of their relationship.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you see in this how women were generally treated as sort of girlfriends.
And, he said before, Colleen was the first major female character. She, would be the standard romance interest, and they just never did it. Which is nice.
Maybe it's the mind meld. Maybe that's what made him not a...
Well, I mean, they never had anything before that.
Yeah.
Like, they were just buddies.
Yeah, that's true. They are just buddies.
But with this, he's kind of acting like this is the first woman he's seen. But it's funny, he's like, I wish Colleen was here, because I'm gathering he's like, she'd be better at talking to her than he would.
Yeah,
because he's like really this sweet. Weird monk.
But I really like that in the middle of all that kind of, oh, she's so beautiful, she's the most beautiful thing. I wish Colleen was here. It's just really
that was pretty funny. And Daddy's.
But he also said he's glad she isn't, because then he can be alone with her.
Yeah, so his inner monologue is, or the narration, he's
it's
kind
great.
of like a teenager.
I love yeah, it is.
Weird monk man, doesn't see women
He's
much.
never seen a girl. Yeah, it really is.
And so he's like, oh, I'm Danny Rand, and she's like, oh. And she says by the gods of Kunlun, so I didn't notice that before. So
yeah,
maybe she's
wear
from there.
the dragon sign.
This Dasha Khan guy, she thinks he's Dasha Khan, and she starts running away.
Yeah, this is where it got confusing to me. Like, the sign of what? And even when they raise it again, I'm like, can it really be the side of Shao Lao and also Dasha Khan?
I think that's something we'll come to later. Is the vibe I got. But he catches up with her, and this weird, like, I found this particularly weird. It's been a long time since you played football. Strange how the body remembers what the mind has
That was so stupid.
And I was like, wait, were you playing like lots of football when you were 10? I mean, I played football when I was 10, but it was just an odd.
Yeah.
Like, did you not learn how to tackle people in Kunlun? Isn't like grappling or wrestling a part of what you do?
That was silly.
So he just like spears her.
Wrestles her to the ground. If you put different thought bubbles on it, this would be really creepy.
Oh yeah, no, you don't.
It literally like climbs up over her. But to say he's not going to hurt her and blah.
Yeah, if that wasn't there, then this would be a real comic pages out of context moment.
Yeah. He's supposed to be treating her like he would a spooked horse.
And he calms her down. Well, she breaks down and he starts stroking her hair, and it's a bit weird, but
it's a little bit creepy. But the comic gets better. So like, if it carried on in this vein, I think I'd have a very different take on it.
It'd be like a weird.
It would be like
romance.
Why is Danny being a bit weirdly sexually aggressive?
Well, I would know the answer to that. It would just be weird to see it.
Yeah, no, I agree on both counts.
But they go to Professor Wing, and Colleen's arguing with Dad, Professor Lee Wing. And again, it's just, I just found it funny. Like, yeah, they never did the Colleen Danny thing, but like, he noticed this lady. What's wrong with Colleen? Maybe he was too focused on revenge at the time. But they're arguing because I'm guessing Professor Lee Wing wants her to quit. I'm pretty sure that we know she's. I don't know if Misty's been in it yet. I think she has.
I'm not sure if it's off the third issue. I'm not sure she has.
Well, because we had all of Marvel Premiere, like 10 issues.
Oh, yeah, then she has, yeah.
So, either way, she leads a pretty dangerous life, and he's like, "Hey, stop it." She's like, "No." So Danny arrives with Jade, and these two goons are outside. They followed them.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, apparently, yeah, Danny's dragon symbol is the symbol of Dasha Khan. Danny's like, "That's fine." So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some sort of link there that's going on. But she knows about Xiao Lao, so he's like, "I don't think Xiao Lao the Undying will mind," and she's like, "Oh, Xiao Lao, Shilu, then the legends are true. There is an Iron Fist."
Yeah, like, I was sent to find you.
Well, everyone in this comic seems in the know about, like, the whole Iron Fist thing.
Yeah.
Which I can't remember if Steel Serpent was. Like, I can't remember if he was just a jerk that Danny ended up fighting and killing. But this comic seems to be expanding the universe a little bit. Maybe. But these two guys burst in as... they're talking. Sorry, my eye hurts.
Sorry. Yeah, they're big thugs, and they're kind of dressed in their own martial artsy outfits.
Yeah.
They look a bit like the Iron Fist one, but without the big collar.
Very...
Tao the Black and Mamen the White of the legendary Kukun Shinche messengers and Usi souls.
Yeah, very sort of 70s martial arts costumes. Bad hairdo as well.
Yeah. The messengers of the Dam. They're after her.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe they work for this Dasha Khan guy. I mean, they basically want to, like, kill her and steal her soul.
Or Feng Chu, yeah.
They just say, "He requires your presence, Jade, for both of us know the Soul Slayer must be fed and your soul must feed it." So it doesn't sound, like, particularly good. So Danny gets in costume at this point. Or he got into costume. Oh, yeah, so he was in costume for this whole little sequence. He just put his mask on.
Yeah.
So he starts fighting them. In like a...
It's a great page of martial arts.
There's a big spread. He sort of underestimates one of them, and he's like rolling with the punches and stuff. He nearly gets his arm broken, but that other guy has one of those. What are those things called? They always...
I don't know, that's what I'm trying to remember. The balls on string.
Yeah, usually they wrap around feet though, but he just throws it around her neck. But she's fine. So... they track you a long time. They said track too long to let a mortal life keeps her apart. It's like, well, how about a man who was offered immortality and refused? Damned one. And he kicks him again. Lots of good fighting. Cool poses. Danny has
really
switched
cool.
the Iron Fist on at this point.
Yes, he's going to need it against these proper.
Yeah.
Non-civilians.
Yes. We don't seek your death, but if you stand against Dasha Khan, then die. So he just uses the Iron Fist on the guy, like the skinny guy. But this is cool. So he hits him, and so I'll read out the narration here. And until that hand begins to smolder to glow, until it becomes unto like a thing of iron, and when it has, you strike. And your universe shreds apart all around you, and you fall, and you die, and you are reborn, only to die again and again. And all the while you hear a scream of blind, ravening terror. You don't know, you know it is your scream, and your fear. And you find that good, because to be afraid is to be human and alive, and right now you want very much to be both. You want very much to hold on as you die on Earth and are reborn in hell. So that was like a really weird sequence.
It was really weird because it's not part of his general, he's not someone who tends to die over and over again like Moon Knight. So it's a little bit strange.
I mean, if he's died, I take it more as he's transported somewhere, because I can't see what would have killed him. He uses the Iron Fist, and then...
I don't understand either, because he just fell, but it was very peculiar.
Yeah.
Nothing seemed to kill him, and yet...
I think him striking the guy with the Iron Fist must have triggered this sort of reaction. These denizens aren't from Earth, so they've wound up in, as far as we know it right now, is hell, with Jade as well.
Yeah.
And we have Dasha Khan, and he's like, interesting, the young warrior shows concern. Does our changeling have a champion then? Yeah. And
so we're going to hear more about her. We're going to hear more about everything.
Yes.
Which is good. I thought it was a good way to introduce it.
And this guy knows about Kunlun. He's like, you're not in Kunlun anymore. You're in my kingdom. I'm Dasha Khan, and this is the kingdom of the dead. You are here because Jade needs a champion to stand against me, and she needs a champion because I intend to take her soul from her and damn it for all eternity. No. Pretty cool opening spread, this sort of, his introduction.
Yeah.
I know this is weird, throne kind of thing he has. I'm not sure. But yeah, he's basically I can beat anyone you send. Then the guy's, he just goes, yeah, maybe, but then he zaps him with something, with magic.
Yeah.
Again, it's lots of very dramatic martial artsy writing that I'm not reading out word for word because he'd be here forever, and it's worth reading if you're an Iron Fist fan. So
it's really good.
Yeah, and he gets zapped, and this was funny. Jade, I'm here, Danny. Where? I can't see.
Yeah. Oh, that's how they blind him.
Yeah, I thought of the kid actor in Daredevil. The season 1 where he's I can't see. Yeah, I thought that was funny. But the blindness is temporary, your final fate will be permanent indeed. Soldiers take them both. Do not harm the girl, but if the Iron Fist resists, slay him. Next, part 2, Soul Slayer. So, I mean, as Claremont wrote himself, Danny knows how to fight while blind, but hey, maybe this is where he picks up.
I mean, maybe that's where he gets the skill.
I was about to say that, but then I remembered they had Kunlun explanation in that issue.
But also, yeah, I mean, it totally makes sense that he can, but maybe we're going to see that next episode.
Yeah, or maybe he just won't be blind for that long. Maybe this is just so he gets into prison cell.
Yeah.
No Dragon Brand on that last panel, on the last page.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't cover a lot of the fight scenes for long because my eyes started really hurting. So, but yeah, you know, so part 1 of 6 was about 15 pages. Lots of questions. As in, like that will be answered.
But really good. Apart from being that slight confusion over how many things can this dragon symbol stand for, and also that little death sequence. But I'm really looking forward to having them explained, and I kind of definitely suspect they will be. So
yeah, I feel like we're going to get some obscure Iron Fist lore here that will never be brought up again, and we all love that. So yeah, no, it was good, and coming next parts will be good. Like if you're fed up with Iron Fist comics now because they are very good, then you know, pick up this trade, or again, if you're into like Sons of the Tiger and Shang-Chi as well, pick up the omnibus because it has all of them.
Definitely worth having.
Because you know they're all good. Yeah,
that's it. Good stuff.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, that's about it. So,
which is nice. It's nice to feel I'm looking forward to the next one about a comic.
Yeah, it's like a story arc that we're enjoying.
Unusual.
So, it is August. Well, depending on if we record next week, you'll be seeing part 2 of this. If we record in 2 weeks, then you'll be seeing part 5 of the current run. So
okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
One of those two. But until next time, may your soul-stealing weapon destroy your enemies and become unto a thing of iron.
Alright.
Peace.
Take care, everyone.
Iron Fist and all other characters in these comics are properties of Marvel and Disney. Any music or images we use belong to their respective copyright holders. We do this for fun, so please don't sue us. You can contact us at sonsofthedragonpodcast@gmail.com. Just send us mail, comments, thoughts, anything you want really. It doesn't even have to be related to Iron Fist. If you don't want it read on the air though, make sure you mention that. You can also find us on Facebook, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast, Sons of the Dragon. Our Twitter, at Iron Fist Podcast. Our SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Sons of the Dragon, hyphens where the spaces are. Our YouTube, Connor Carl. Just search Iron Fist Podcast and you'll find us real quick. We are also on iTunes. If you find us there, give us a review and rate us. If it's less than 5 stars, please say why so we can improve the show. And we're on Podcast Garden in the literature section, and last but not least, head over to our WordPress, Sons of the Dragon, the Immortal Iron Fist Podcast.wordpress.com. That's where I put all the show notes. I'd like to thank Thomas Tissot for composing the Iron Fist theme song we use at the start of our Iron Fist episodes on the podcast. I'd also like to thank Peter John Sikorsky for composing the Power Man and Iron Fist theme we use at the start of our Power Man and Iron Fist episodes. And finally, thanks to you guys for listening.